of spring on our first year in Stardew Valley. So, if you haven't played Stardew before, something you should know is if you check the TV in the morning, the Living Off the Land show will give you some tips. Check for spring onions southwest of town, where the river meets the ocean. You can sometimes find a whole bunch growing right out of the dirt. The fortune teller will tell you how good your luck is. Neutral, so no luck bonus either way. And weather report will tell you what it's going to do tomorrow. But what we've got to do today is start by watering our crops, since it's not raining unlike yesterday. Alrighty, crops are watered, so I think today we're going to actually work around the farm a little bit. So we'll put away some of this stuff. Don't really need the hoe to work on the farm. So we're just going to try to clear out a little bit of the stuff, just explore the farm. I did select the Hilltop Farm this time, which is why I named my farm Hilltop Farm. Just because I've never actually used the Hilltop Farm before, so I don't really know how the layout is. So I'm kind of wandering around in the dark here. Alright, so we got that pretty well cleared out. We'll leave that tree here, because that's not really in the way. Now something I am curious about is, I'll have to test it eventually, see if I can fish off this. I doubt I can. I probably actually have to go down by the river to fish. Totally missed that log, because I'm that skilled. So I know how I literally about 3 seconds ago said that I was going to spend a good chunk of today clearing out the land, but I lied. I'm actually going to see if there are any fish to catch on our particular farm. Because again, I did pick the Hilltop style farm, which I don't really know much about. We are going to plant these mixed seeds, because we don't know what those are going to be. And that's fine with me. So we're going to run down here. I've got my inventory organized, so don't mind that. Run down to the little river here, and we'll just see if I can catch anything fishing in the river. We're going to just go a little bit over this way. Yeah, it should be. And it would help if I actually brought my fishing pole. Feel free to judge me for that, because I'm judging myself. Now that we've got my fishing pole, and I've walked into an area that I can't walk into, I'm going to head back down by the river and see if there's any fish to catch. I know in the regular farm, the standard layout, there's pretty much a non-existent chance of catching fish. Most of the time you're just going to catch garbage. So let's just see if this is the same thing with the Hilltop Farm. I know the river farm you can catch a lot of fish with. Okay, so literally first cast and we've got ourselves a fish on the line. I'm actually genuinely surprised by that. Sunfish. Okay, normal quality, that's fine. I'm just shocked that we were able to get a fish. See if we can pull it off twice. Then we'll go back to exploring the farm. Try that again, I guess. Now, as you get further into the game and you level up your fishing level, you will be able to get more advanced fishing poles, which will allow you to use bait, which increases your chance of actually catching a fish. Yeah, so it seems we can actually do a good bit of fishing on the farm, which is nice. There we go. And we got a chub. Alright, so I said we'll go back to exploring, so we'll do just that. Looks like we got another bridge up here, so let's head that way. Not sure if I'm gonna... Nope, I can't get on it yet. And my axe isn't strong enough to break that log, so we're not going that way yet. Okay, there's some ore up there, and some kind of artifact by the look of it, maybe? See if we can get up there. If not, I'm gonna be fairly disappointed. Oops. There we go. Alright. Hey, we can get up there. Alright, we got all sorts of stuff up here. I'm not sure what these things are, and I've been playing the game for quite a while, so that's going to be interesting. A geode. Okay. Not exactly disappointed by that one. Let's see here. Guess we'll throw out our piece of wood, because I would rather keep the copper. So, for those of you who haven't played Stardew in the past, a geode is something that you can have broken open at the blacksmith, Clint, who, Clint will break them open for $25, and he has a chance of giving you just an assorted list of items. You can get artifacts to work on the museum out of them. You can get minerals out of them, like you can get copper out of them, stuff like that. You can get just regular stone or clay. You can get all sorts of stuff out of them, so especially in the early game, they're usually worth breaking open. Now, it looks like we're starting to lose our energy here. It says we're starting to feel exhausted, so I think we've just about used up our supply. Well, the chub does restore a decent bit of energy, so we'll eat that, and then we'll see if we can find anything else interesting on the farm. If not, we might just call it a day. A day at 3 p.m. Because we have all sorts of energy as the new farmer in town. Gotta keep up that reputation of being a hard worker, sleeping at 3 p.m. Okay, so it looks like we can't really go much further that way. Try going this way. More mixed seeds, that's fine. Trying to maneuver up here while using the lowest amount of energy possible. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I threw my wood out to get the copper. Aha! Okay, so we can go down this way, which leads down here to the forest clearing where Marnie lives, and Leah lives a little bit further down this way in this house. So we definitely know where to find those two. So that being said, because we are still extremely low leveled, we just started the farm. We'll show you my levels here. We've got level 1 mining, foraging, and fishing, which I'm pretty sure this actually just leveled up today, so we might actually see that pop up overnight when I sleep. Not 100% sure on that one. It might have happened the other day. I'm not sure anymore. But, either way, we're going to sleep to restore our energy. I could sell some of the fish I've got, or do what I did yesterday, which is go buy some trout soup from Willy, but it's actually too late in the day to do that now, even if we wanted to, which, truth, I don't really care enough to. So what we're going to do instead is we still have 27 energy, is we'll hoe this spot, we'll throw some seeds down, because we got those mixed seeds from getting rid of some of that fiber over there, and we'll just add some of the stuff to our chest. Now, as I mentioned last time, always keep your hoe on you, because there are spots where you can hoe up to get different artifacts and just various resources. We'll grab our fishing pole, and we'll grab our watering can. Now, I know I said I was going to go to bed, but I think instead we're going to go try to do some foraging, see if we can find anything. You know what, actually, if you recall a few minutes ago, we watched the TV and he was talking about the spring onions. Maybe we ought to just go grab those real quick. So those are actually something that makes a good gift for Linus here. Now, the reason you want to be friends with Linus, in particular if you have the river farm, or apparently this farm here, because we can, the hilltop farm, because apparently we can also catch fish in our river here on the hilltop farm, is at, I think it's 4 hearts. Linus will give you a little cutscene, and he will give you the recipe for wild bait. Wild bait can be used on the second fishing pole you'll get, which is the fiberglass rod, which I believe you have to have around level 3 fishing to get, and then Willie will sell it. But regardless of that, the reason you'll want that is it gives you, I believe, a slightly higher bite chance than regular bait, but more than that, it also gives you a small chance to catch 2 fish instead of 1. So that is always nice. And there's a cow. And another cow. So one thing that you should definitely do if you're just starting out on Stardew, like this character is here, is just any forageables you can find, so like the dandelions here, just grab them. Because even if it is something that doesn't give you any kind of energy restore, which there are some forageables that don't, in fact, some of them, like red mushrooms, actually will take away energy if you eat them, which is why you should always take a look at what you've got before you throw it in your face and start munching. But they make decent gifts or something good to sell for a little bit of money. Alright, so I'm not seeing any more forageables down this way. I'm not looking super hard for forageables. I'm actually just kind of grabbing what I see while I'm making my way to the mushrooms, or to the wild onions, my apologies, not mushrooms. And here are the spring onions that the TV was talking about earlier. Didn't get very many today. Usually there's quite a few of them spawned in. I'm surprised that's all that I got. Alright. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing, but not the end of the world. So it's 9 o'clock, so I think we are going to head back to the house, and we'll probably throw these in the chest for now. I don't think we'll actually sell them quite yet, just because, as you can see, they do give a little bit of energy. These spring onions are probably better used as gifts for Linus, like I mentioned a minute ago. But the dandelions in particular, 25 energy, that's a pretty decent little boost. It's enough to get you a few extra actions in. Now, if you don't want to eat your random forageables, you could always save some of the crops from your first harvest to eat when you need to eat, or you could always go to the bar, Stardrop Saloon, and purchase some food or drink there to restore energy as well. Or you could just do what I did when I first started the game, and just sleep every time you got low on energy, because, I mean, that's kind of an option too. Not necessarily the best one, because you'll go through a lot of days without actually getting much done, but it is an option. Alright, so we did level up in mining, which is what I thought happened there, which gave us the new crafting recipe of cherry bombs. Cherry bombs are, well, pretty much exactly what they sound like. They are little bombs that can be used to harm enemies in the mines, if you can get to the mines, which right now we cannot get to because of a landslide. But it also has the ability to clear different rocks and stuff out of your path. So we can see it's going to be clear tomorrow. And we have bad luck today. And here is Clint. Hi there, good morning. I noticed that you've been breaking some rocks open and finding ore. That's good. Okay. If you want to get the most out of the ores you'll find, you'll need a furnace. Just so happens I had an extra set of blueprints laying around. Here, I want you to have them. Learned how to craft a furnace. The furnace allows you to smelt metal bars. The bars can be used for crafting, constructions, and tool upgrades. When you've smelted a few copper bars, consider having me upgrade one of your tools. It can make your work a lot easier. Well, okay, I'm heading home. Take it easy. So, immediately jumps into another cutscene. Now we've got Marnie. Hello, Ocean. You see this cat here? Yes, it is a cat. I found it sitting outside the entrance to your farm. I think it's a stray, poor little thing. Okay. I think it likes this place. Hey, do you think this farm could use a good cat? Sure. I'm okay with that name too. You can call it Dudley. Okay. Well, little Dudley, you'll be a good kitty now, okay? Aggressive meowing noises. Alright, now that Marnie and the cat have disappeared. Advertisement. I keep finding cool stuff, but my backpack is full. Does it sound like you? Well, Pierre's got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out our affordable-sized 24 backpack. See you soon. To our valued JoJo Mart customers, our team members have removed the landslides caused by our drilling operation near the mountain lake. I'd like to remind you that our drilling operation is entirely legal. Responsible stewardship of the local environment is our top priority. We apologize for any inconvenience this accident may have caused. As always, we value your continued support and patronage. Morris, JoJo, Customer Satisfaction Representative. Cool. So that means we can access the mine again, but being that today is a bad luck day, I would rather not do that, because bad luck days are not exactly great days to go to the mine, because you'll have a harder time actually getting the ladders to get further into the mine, and it's just not ideal. So we're gonna sit on that for today. So it is Friday, however, which is actually a very good thing for us because, well, our parsnips are ready, for one, which means we can harvest those, which will, I don't know why I just did that, which will actually give us a little bit of help when it comes to getting our farming level up. Now, one thing I do try to do early into the game as possible is level up my farming, so I probably will end up buying more parsnip seeds from Pierre once his store opens in about 2 hours, because the parsnip seeds actually make a pretty good farming XP boost, because they only take 4 days to grow, so you can grow a lot of them over time, and they give you a little bit of profit. Also, $100 for harvesting the first parsnip. Reach level 1 and craft a scarecrow. Do we have level 1 farming? I think we do. We do. Actually, that's good, because I totally forgot about that. What? Oh, okay. So it's one of the ones where it's going to show that we leveled up overnight, and then we'll be able to make a scarecrow. So once we actually get a scarecrow, we'll be doing good. So the parsnips, plus 25 energy, plus 11 health. If you want to keep a few parsnips for when you are low on health, that is an option. Once this gets cleared out, which should happen in a couple days here, or actually I feel like it might be actually a few months into the game, you'll be able to access the spa, which you'll be able to restore your health for free, and your energy. Don't know quite why I attempted to go into Robin's store knowing it was going to be locked, but hey. Since we're up this way anyways, we'll visit Linus and we'll throw an onion at him because, I don't know, he'll probably like it. It's food. And he's homeless, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it. We also found a leek. Here you go, Linus. It's a great gift, thank you. Linus, please don't destroy my tent. It's happened before. That's depressing. I'll even relight your fire for you. Just kidding. Don't want to be too nice to him. Just so you can see, up here, the mining that they were doing in the last video is gone. So we don't have to stress about that anymore. Not that I was particularly worried about it, but hey, maybe someone at home was. I don't know. So heading back down this way, it's 9:30, 9:40 now, so PR's store will be open by the time we get there because it's not Wednesday, which is the only day PR actually is closed. Now, getting down to Pierre's store here, see there's something posted on the job board. Could someone bring me an amethyst? I can't get enough of them. Probably not, but I'll accept the quest anyways. Seeds for sale. Well, I don't really care what you have for sale. I just care what you're gonna buy from me. Now, normally I would just go buy some seeds today, but I realized that it's Friday, which means we have the event that happens twice a week, which is the Traveling Merchant. Now, the Traveling Merchant is exactly what it sounds like. There is a Traveling Merchant who parks to the south of your farm, which, if you go and interact with her, she has some stuff that you won't normally find for sale, up for sale. Finding her is a good way to help work on the community center, which we haven't unlocked yet, so I'm not too worried about that. But the part that I am worried about is she will occasionally sell some pretty decent seeds, as well as some other useful things like sprinklers. And sprinklers are great, because that means I don't have to do as much work. Let's see. Well, she's got potato seeds, which I'm not going to pay $700 for, especially because I can't plant them until spring. She's got the Treasure Hunter fishing tackle, which is not worth $750, and not usable until you get, like, level 6 fishing. A leek for $900, which I'm certainly not going to buy because I have one in my bag. Pizza for $1,500 each. Cave carrot, red plate, tulip, super cucumber, fall seeds. Not really super great, but interesting. Now, this is something that is worth buying. This here is a rare seed. So when fall takes all season to grow. So it's not quite all season, that is an actual bit of misinformation that they put in the game. It's, I believe, 24 days it takes to grow if you don't use any kind of fertilizer to speed it up. But regardless of the game lying, there is a reason that I eagerly grabbed that up when I saw it. So come fall, this rare seed, will be able to be grown into a sweet gem berry, which is worth about 3 times what I just paid for that seed. It is literally the most valuable crop in the game. Well, unrefined, it is. So now we're just going to buy as many parsnips as we can, which turns out to be 23. We're going to ignore the doctor because no one talks to Harvey. Then I suppose we will go and plant our parsnips. Now, I could wait until tomorrow to plant the parsnips. And actually, I probably will. Because if I wait until tomorrow, I may have to do a little bit more work if I plant them tomorrow, because I'll have to, I might have to rehoe some of this ground. But it'll give me access to 2 things, because my farming level is definitely going to level up overnight. Because, well, we already see that I have level 1 farming from harvesting the parsnips, it just doesn't actually register and give you the bonuses for the level up until the next morning. But the level 1 farming boost will actually give me the ability to make scarecrows, which will prevent crows from eating your crops, which doesn't usually happen for the first couple days, so it's not a huge deal on your first harvest. But after that, it can get quite annoying because they come and literally eat your profit. And no one wants their profits to be eaten. So, yeah. So now that we've got some tools again, we're going to head back over to where we went yesterday. Or maybe it was the day before yesterday. I've kind of lost track at this point. But we did find, at least yesterday or the day before, we found a little hilltop mine over here, which is apparently the unique thing about the hilltop farm. And it had some spots for geodes, some spots for copper to be mined, and some regular stones. So we're just going to start with the regular stones, because that's boring. And yeah, why not? So, one thing I will say is I don't usually actually sell the stones, which I probably won't this time either, because they do become quite useful. As the game progresses, you'll need them for upgrading your house and crafting different items. It's just overall something good to have on you. Now, I don't know how long it takes to have these things respawn, these rocks and occasionally, I think occasionally gems can spawn up here if I remember correctly. But again, I haven't actually played this particular farm before. I'm just going based on information that I read when I first started playing the game, which I think the first time I played this game was 2 years ago? 2 years ago, maybe? There we go. We did get a couple mixed seeds, which we'll throw down just for giggles. Wasn't intending to put that there, but okay, cool. So we'll run back down here and refill our watering can. And then I'm probably just going to spend the little bit of time I've got left after this. It's already 5:40. I'll probably spend the little bit of time I've got left for today fishing. And just seeing if my theory that you can actually get a decent amount of fish in the hilltop farm is correct. Okay, so it looks like we actually can get quite a bit of junk here, which is kind of what I was expecting in the first place, to be honest. Because I didn't really expect to be able to get fish on the farm in the first place, because every other farm I've played on, with the exception of the river farm, you are far more likely to get trash, such as the broken glasses, than you are to get fish. Okay, well, I guess it's time for me to be surprised again, because we caught another fish. A chub this time. Now, I did mention that I was curious to see if we could fish off the ledge, which I don't think we're going to be able to. But since we've got our fishing pole on us anyways, and we've got enough energy to give it a shot, why not? And here goes nothing. Oh! Alright, I am officially shocked. I did not think it was going to let me do it. So this may actually be an easier place to fish than going clear down by the river. Alright. I'm okay with this. Fishing is one of the skills I do try to train up early in the game because it's one of the most profitable ones when it's raised up properly. Now granted, it's also more involved than most of the other skills in the game, with you actually having to participate to make the fishing work, but hey, you know what? That's kind of worth it, because I've had literally days where I go through a day of gameplay, rather, on my Xbox, where I have a level 10 fishing character, and I'll make like $6,000-7,000 in a single day, so, I mean, that's not too bad. Especially I try to have it at least level 4 or 5 for winter, when you can't really grow any crops unless you get the greenhouse, which getting the greenhouse the first year, it's difficult if you do community center, but not impossible. Or, well, relatively easy if you get the Joja Mart membership, because then it's just $35,000 and you get your greenhouse. So it is 8:40. I still have enough energy to continue going for the day, but I'm thinking we're going to call it a day from here, and probably call it the end of the video as well. Oh, but before we go, we've got to say hello to the cat. And with that little bit of heaven in our day, we leveled up, which allows us to have +1 watering can proficiency, +1 hoe proficiency, and gives us the crafting recipe for scarecrows and basic fertilizer. Scarecrows scare away crows, as the name implies, preventing them from eating your crops, and basic fertilizer gives you a better quality, or gives you a good chance of getting a better quality, I should say. $150 for the fish, all three of them. The chubs were worth $50 each, for a total of $150. Broken glasses, broken CD, and driftwood were worth nothing. Green algae was worth 15. Those were really the only things we sold here today, because it doesn't show you things you sold in stores on this, so like Pierre's store doesn't show on this. Alright, I think that's where we are going to leave the video for today. So, as always, thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please make sure you hit that like button. It keeps me motivated to continue making content. And if you really liked the video, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another video. As always, thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.